the Carolina Panthers. New coaching staff there.
Rawr.
And 5-11 record, 4th place in the NFC South. They got a new coaching staff now with their new group there now. So let's look first at their schedule for the Panthers. What are your thoughts?
Well, their schedule, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. They got their division games, which will be tough. Arizona, that should be interesting. Kansas City, obviously. It looks a little tricky.
Yeah.
Then Minnesota.
the Panthers are also bad.
Yeah.
I think they're on the rise, though.
Really?
Interesting. So let me ask you this question, Shane.
Slowly but surely.
Right. Let me ask you this question. So I forgot about Matt Rule. My bad. I always seem to mess up his name. I'll get used to it, of course, as we get to the season. But Matt Rule's their new head coach, and they added Joe Brady, who was a huge key for Joe Burrow's success at LSU. What impact do you think they will both have on Teddy Bridgewater and his success?
Well, I think Bridgewater is definitely, after he's had some troubles with injuries and stuff, and I definitely think that he is coming back and really coming into his own. And I'm very excited to see what kind of impact they have on Bridgewater. I think he is he's very consistent, and he's a smart player, pretty good athletics, but I think he just needs that extra edge with his arm, and just to be able to go out and make plays, really. And I think that having what's his name? You just said it, the LSU guy.
Joe Brady, which I think is going to be an interesting impact there.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That should be interesting. I think and especially with Matt Rule and the culture change, I think it'll be good for that organization. Now, I will say I don't think that they're going to be. They're not going to be great just yet because it's the first year with new head coach, new coordinators, new quarterback. There's too much new. You know what I mean? But I do believe it is a good start, without a doubt. For then, you look at like a few years down the road. I think they're a couple of years behind the Cardinals, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Brandon, what is your thoughts on Teddy Bridgewater going into 2020?
I think Teddy Bridgewater is a very good quarterback. I think he has established himself to a point where I don't think it doesn't matter if he has a good quarterback coach. I think the important thing for the Carolina Panthers down the line will be getting a quarterback that they can develop.
I think Bridgewater's probably that guy. I think they brought him in to help develop him a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, and just to have a steady franchise guy,
Yeah.
Because, last year we were like, is Cam Newton coming back, or
Kyle
is Kyle Allen going to be their guy going forward? And I wasn't really keen on either of those. And then now, now they. And then when I heard that they're bringing in Bridgewater, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. Should be interesting.
And of course, Christian McCaffrey is going to help that development very much because
he's a beast.
He's gonna just run amok. And
honestly, I thought that guy was going to be a bust in the NFL.
Really?
McCaffrey.
What was your thoughts on him coming out?
I don't know. He seemed like. He didn't seem big enough. And I don't know. I just figured he was like, because he was going to the Panthers, and at the time they weren't like amazing. I figured he was just gonna like go out, get hurt, and then 4 years later retire or something.
See, with McCaffrey, I
don't
thought
know.
like I'm here's what I was surprised by. McCaffrey came into the NFL looking pretty small. He was pretty small at Stanford, right?
Yeah.
And then he comes in the NFL, he looks big, right? He gets stronger and bigger. And one of the biggest reasons why he was drafted where he was because he was more of a wide receiver guy out of the backfield. But what the Panthers did is they really developed him into an excellent rusher. And that's really what makes him the passing game makes him dynamic, but the running game is what made him incredibly successful last year. And that's what's gonna keep him in the league for a long time, I think.
Yeah. I think Christian McCaffrey is my X factor.
Mm-hmm. Any more you want to add for McCaffrey, Brandon?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it. I mean he blows me away every time I see him run the ball. He just he finds holes. He's not afraid to go into contact. He's smart with the ball going into contact, and he's like a heat-seeking missile who just finds the end zone.
Yeah, no doubt. Shane, is McCaffrey your player, or do you have a different pick?
I was thinking about him, but I mean, I know what he does and the type of impact that he has on the team. But what I really want to know is what a consistent franchise quarterback is going to have in terms of how it affects their passing game. So I'm going to go with Bridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, but McCaffrey, I mean, that's good too. I don't know, but I'll say Bridgewater just to differ.
All right, I'm gonna go Curtis Samuel, and let's talk about this wide receiving core for a second. DJ Moore had an excellent year last year. He had an incredible year. He proved himself to be a number one receiver. Curtis Samuel at times was productive. He needs to be a little bit more consistent. And Robbie Anderson, not a great year with the Jets last year. Obviously, the whole quarterback thing with Sam Darnold getting mono early in the year kind of wrecked him a little bit in 2019. Now he comes in here, and I look at this, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, and I go, is this not one of the best changes of wide receiver rooms in 2020? This wide receiver core looks good, and that with McCaffrey is only going to help. It's great.
It's like the island of misfit toys for wide receivers.
It really is. And I think Curtis Samuel has a chance to really have a breakout year. We know what DJ Moore is capable of. Robbie Anderson, I think, is going to have a bounce-back year. This offense could do really well.
It's like the Panthers went and picked up wide receivers who had some seasons where they were really good and some where they were bad, and they were like, they have good talent. Let's bring them in and put them together in a team and make it so that each of them doesn't have to have all the pressure on them as the number one.
Right, and that's where I think Robbie Anderson. That's exactly what Robbie Anderson is. Curtis Samuel and DJ Moore, I think, had a lot on their plate last year, and bringing in Robbie only helps them out.
Yeah.
But I think Curtis Samuel, is the one player on this team that's poised for a breakout year, and obviously DJ Moore is going to have a great year as well. Defense looks pretty solid. You got Derek Brown, the rookie, in there as well. So definitely an interesting team to watch.